There's some of us whom gave all. This is what you need to understand when you're inside this building practicing new concepts to take care of us. This is what the city, state, and the United States of America should do first. Take care of us veterans.
Yes.
That's right.
Take care of those that serving right now.
That's right.
That means protect them. That means honor them. And most of all, that means bring them home.
Yes.
Leave none of them behind. You hear us talking to you, city council people. You see us here struggling, trying to make you understand our burden. But it seems to fall on deaf ears. Let this day be in remembrance. Let us not forget those that have died for this country.
That's right.
They were my fathers, my uncles, my cousins, and my children that served.
That's right.
I'm not only
My nephew.
serving this country for the Constitution. I'm serving this country for life. For life.
Hoorah!
We do not play games at war. We practice the games and then we apply them to reality. Killing is not easy. It's never going to be subsided within us. It's going to always be with us. What we have done, it's not a game. It's not just physical. It's mental. And it's so stuck up here that you need to open up agencies to receive us.
That's right.
You city council people, you Mayor Adams, all of you congressional people need to take care of those that took care of you.
Yes.
Right.
You not only need to understand this today, but you need to practice what you speak. You need to practice how you walk. And most definitely, you city employees need to practice whom to take care of first. Like you heard a few of my comrades speak before you, especially this female back here. I guess you don't know that she toted a weapon. I guess you don't know she suffers just like I have suffered. PTSD, amputations of parts of our bodies, our brain has been taken away at war. How do you substitute it now? By us coming out here in front of City Hall and asking, begging, trying to make communication with you people that can benefit us for life forevermore. What do you mean by that, Sweat? Because a person like myself, I'm committed my life to these veterans, to these councilmen and women, to die for you today if necessary. What is your commitment to us? Who are you?
Right.
What do you do for us? Do you think I served in a war to just come home and be spit upon, not to be acknowledged, not to represent. I go to that cemetery every year, Veterans Memorial Day, and I look at them graves. I go to D.C., I look at that monument on that wall, all of those names. What do you do, City of New York? What do you do, Councilman and Mayor of the biggest, baddest city in America? Well, let me tell you what you do. All you do is sit up there and receive a check. You don't understand that there are more veterans committing suicide today than regular people running the streets of New York.
Let her
There's
know.
more veterans today living under these damn bridges, living on the side of highways, sleeping on their trains, standing in front of the hospitals that they won't let them in. This is a disgrace, America. This is a disgrace to watch my people gather here together to explain to you that we need your help. We need the biggest city to turn themselves around and start amplifying ways of assisting us from not committing a suicide,
That's right.
from not getting ill and being the last to be taken care of because he don't have a HUD badge. This one don't have that. That one, but you know what we have? We had the guts, we had the willpower, we had the love for this city, state, and country to die for you.
That's right.
To die for you.
Let them know.
What will you die for in New York City? What will WPIX and QRT and SYD stand for? I want you to understand this message today. I'm not here playing the game. Like my man just said, my comrade said, I'm getting old. I can't keep fighting like this. I can't keep breaking it down to you that some gave some. We gave all. I suffer 100% service-connected post-traumatic disability. You know what that means? Psychologically, I dream, walk the streets, and feel for those veterans that I feel that I did not do my all because I'm not in the grave yet. So that's my duty for the rest of my life, to serve these veterans, to serve the active servicemen, to serve, yes, my congressional leaders, to serve those out there that's talking at this time when they should be listening. I'm talking to the mayor, I'm talking to the president, and I'm talking to you public relationship people. Tell them what you heard today. Identify with real people. We don't wear these patches. I'm a Buffalo soldier. That means that's the number one soldier. That's the one that conquered this country. That's the one that's still standing before you that I'll die for you today. Don't you ever forget the difference between life and death. Don't you ever forget it, people of America. I want to thank you for giving me these minutes to speak to you, but I want you to think about what I'm telling you. You carry the news. You got the big time paycheck. You're the ones who go in this office and make the laws. Get in there and give us some back up. This is why we are here today. Back us up. We're not just jokes. We're real soldiers.
That's right.
We're real.
That's right.
Do you know what the Vietnam War was about? Do you know what the Iraqi War was about? Do you know when they brought down that World Trade Building, why it went back up? Do you understand who did that? Who did that was not only you regular people running around paying taxes, but it was those soldiers that went out there and swore they will revenge that 9/11 day. And we've been doing it ever since. People, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You put it all in perspective for us. But we do have one final thing. We want to give them a few minutes because you had touched on the mental capacity of those who return back home. And the numbers of suicide among our servicemen and servicemen is real. And while we address it or not address it, the organizations out here can tell more about it. So I want to bring up here, Brother Cologne, come on up, Jose Rios, to talk more about it. Give it up.
Hello everyone, my name is Jose Rios and I am a U.S. Army veteran, program director for the Veterans Suicide Prevention Program at Black Veterans for Social Justice. This is a program provided through the Department of Veterans Affairs in an effort to mitigate, in an effort to minimize suicide among military veterans. Military veterans no longer have to suffer in silence. I'm talking to my veteran brothers, I'm talking to my veteran sisters. You do not have to suffer in silence anymore. There is help. Come talk to me at BVSJ. Thank you so very much for your time.
So as we recap, today was all about, again, making sure that we bring a strong word to those in government that have the power and those who have the financial package and those who have the policies that can help veterans no longer be homeless. Those who have the power to put together a system that only navigates veterans from the time they return to land on their soil, from the time they look for employment, from the time they need mental health services, from the time they need food and everything else that they need. That they no longer go into the regular general population of service because their thinking is different, their actions are different, their behaviors are different. And we got to touch base on the parents, the mothers that come home. We forget about our mothers that come home because when they come home, the children went to war. We forget about that when the parents go to war, the whole family goes to war and have to manage and deal with that. So our veterans are a different breed of human beings when they come home, and they must be treated and respected and served as such. Mr. Meg, would you like to bring some closing words, good brother?
I would like to thank everyone for coming out today. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out today. Like I was saying, this is an ongoing. We're not going nowhere. I take that back. We are going somewhere. We're going forward with this issue. All right, we're going to the state, and then we're eventually going to get down to the feds. The Biden administration recently gave $300 billion. We want clarity. We want to be at the table of how that money is being spent. We're going to be at the table because we're going to be taken off the menu. And again, let's take the corporate plutocracy out of homelessness. That's the only way you're going to actually solve the problem. Thank you very much for coming out.
Hoorah! 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 Hoorah!
I just want to ask real quick, does anyone from the press have any questions? No? Okay. And I also want to thank Concrete Resources, they're not a veteran organization, but they've always been a resource to me. There's a question?
What's the most effective thing we can do to help our veterans who have sacrificed for us?
Pressure government. Pressure government to sit down with us, to sit down with veterans. The decision makers of veteran services are not even veterans. The higher you go up, I'm talking the higher up you go, they're not even veterans. So we need to have veterans included in this conversation, not just direct and say this is what it's going to be. Anyone else? Any more questions?
Where can they find you?
All over New York City, but
How can people find you on social media?
but if you need to get in touch with me, Kevin C. Meggett, at gmail.com, or you can go down to Black Veterans for Social Justice. which is at 665 Willoughby Avenue. They've been a resource. We need more veteran providers to provide services for veterans because they have empathy towards veterans. Anything? And you can always reach out. He's easy to find. Former City Councilman Andy King. You can find him. Just Google his name and you'll find a whole bunch of
Andy
stuff.
King at NYC.
Any other questions? Well, thank you very much and God bless you.
Bless you, everybody. Thank you.